Hi, fourth graders. Mr. McAuliffe here. Welcome to day 3. Today, my turn and talk partner is Piggy Pink Pillow Person Thing. Let's go. Remember that Harriet Tubman traveled the Underground Railroad, or moving from safe place to safe place, until she reached Pennsylvania. At that point, Harriet Tubman was a free woman. She felt like a new person. She said later, "The sun came like gold through the trees and over the fields, and I felt like I was in heaven." A word that describes how Harriet felt is bliss. Bliss means extremely happy and excited. A synonym for bliss that we've used this year is elated. Harriet was also elated. Think about a time you felt bliss, or maybe a book character did. Turn and talk to your partner. After a long and very remarkable life, Harriet Tubman was over 90 years old when she died in 1913. Harriet helped establish a home in Auburn for sick, poor, and homeless black people. When she moved into that home in 1911, she was old and weak. "I can hear them bells a-ringin'. I can hear the angels singing," she said. Soon after that, on March 10th, 1913, she died. She was more than 90 years old. Harriet Tubman was a brave, courageous woman who was admired and loved by the many people who knew her. She was a conductor on the railway to freedom, a Moses to her people. The word valiant describes Harriet Tubman. Valiant means brave or courageous, and she certainly was. What did Harriet do during her long life that shows she was valiant? Turn and talk to your partner. Now we'll play a game called Valiant or Not Valiant. Listen to these examples and use prompt 2 to describe whether or not you think the example is valiant. Serena is very afraid of spiders, but when she sees a spider crawling on her sleeping brother's arm, she reaches out and gently brushes it off him. Is Serena valiant? Why? Turn to your partner. Second example. Ms. Warden and her dog Clover are playing on a frozen pond. The ice breaks and Ms. Warden falls in. Clover crawls to Ms. Warden, grabs her jacket in her teeth, and pulls her out of the water. Is Clover valiant? Why? Turn to your partner. Our third example. Mr. Wynn sees a traffic accident. People seem to be hurt. One of the cars is even on fire. Mr. Wynn drives away, mumbling to himself, "I'm already late and I don't want to get involved in this." Is Mr. Wynn valiant? Why? Turn to your partner. We know that Harriet Tubman was valiant. But on page 31 it says, she was admired and loved by the many people who knew her. We would say that they revered her. Revere means to greatly respect and admire. Are there people you revere? Of course. We may revere the healthcare workers who are helping people during this difficult time. Think of another example of someone you revere, and turn and talk to your partner about it. In December 1865, soon after the Civil War ended, an amendment to the U.S. Constitution was passed. Slavery was no longer allowed in the United States. The word amendment means the act of changing or improving. The United States Constitution has been amended 27 times in its history. It's the way that we Americans can change how the Constitution is written and how the law is written, depending on what we believe and how we want the country to go. Was everything smooth after the Civil War ended? Not exactly, but some important amendments helped to change the law. To learn more, watch the video about Reconstruction in BrainPop.